Hey guys, welcome back to the Doctor Who Survival series. Last time we were working on quite a bit of engineering stuff. We were working on making the spectrometer, we were working on trying to get the navcom and the shield generator put back together. We pretty much have all the subsystems inside of our TARDIS all prepared. And we were just working with a bunch of different stuff inside the TARDIS and showing off all those, they're not cool, but to me, they're cool. All of the cobblestone generators I can use to make a lot of cool stuff. So, in between episodes, I have been working on some stuff, and you may be wondering why I'm staring at a blank wall. There you go. I've been making some cool things in here. This is the coke oven. So, do I have the right things to go ahead and put this thing back together if I want to do? Yes, I can. So, what the hell is a coke oven? So, if you remember from last episode, we were making these coke bricks out of all this, all of the clay and all of the bricks. So, like I said, you need 27 bricks of coke bricks. And these are made just by using, the old recipe that we used last time with, sandstone, brick, and clay. So, once you have 27 of these, you need to build them in a 3x3x3 center thing, like this. Doink, doink, doink. Then you're going to need something called an engineering hammer, an engineer's hammer. Let's see, engineer's hammer. And that's just made using sticks, string, and a couple of random, iron and stuff like that. So, once you have your entire... I'm going to sneeze real quick. Sorry. I needed to, gross you out at the beginning of the video. And anyway, once you have this, little solid block of stuff, you take your engineer's hammer and you right-click the middle, and then now this has made one of the multi-block structures that are a part of immersive engineering, which is the coke oven. So, how this thing works is that you can make Coke coal out of it, which, you cannot drink. You cannot drink Coca-Cola out of this coal, but what it does is it generates heat on its own whenever you put in, what's it called? Coal. This thing will just heat on its own. And as it heats up, it will transform coal into Coke coal. And it can do a couple of other things. It can turn blocks of coal into blocks of Coke coal. It can turn just regular logs into charcoal, and it's kind of weird because you're not really going after the coke coal, even though it does have usages. It's good for burning stuff. It's used for blast fuel or blast furnace fuel, and it can be crushed down into making coke dust for a bunch of different stuff. But the point is, actually, when you burn down coal, you're actually going to make something over here called creosote, and that creosote oil, if you just place a bucket in here, it'll drain it all and then put it into a bucket like I have right. It's somewhere in here. There we go. My bucket of creosote oil. So this crud, it's not super useful on its own. It doesn't really do anything. I am flammable now. I'm guessing it's literally just gasoline. I've made gasoline and doused myself in it, which is funny. But that creosote oil, it's what's used to create treated wood planks and using, I guess you can make torches out of them. And it fuels things, and we could probably item drain it. But using that, you can treat wood planks, which is finally what's required to make the engineer's table. And I'll go over there and show you guys what I've been making over there. I also decided to start on Create. Create is so much weirder, because I've been working on Create in, my Cobblemon series and stuff like that, and I've been playing it in the 1.20 version. That is so much different than the 1.16 version of Create. It feels so much different, but making stuff like the water wheel, just like the normal, there's no such thing as a big water wheel in this version because it's an older version, but making the water wheel is such a different thing. You use slabs and a large cogwheel. A large cogwheel requires one andesite alloy, a bunch of buttons, and regular planks. It's just really weird. And, andesite is made normally, but making, the mechanical press that you need to start making those sheets, it's weird, I tell you. I mean, it's not weird, it's just different. So, if you want to make mechanical presses, it's much easier in the newer version, but it takes you two cogwheels, an andesite casing, block of iron, and alloy. And to make the cogwheel, you already need andesite alloy and a bunch of buttons. So, it's much more resource intensive to make crud like this. Like, this requires 2 andesite alloy. It'll make 4, but it's like, it just takes a bunch. It's weird. They make them in higher quantities because this is 8 cogwheels instead of like 1 cogwheel for a shaft and a piece of wood. It's just weird, and the fact that I don't get a lot of andesite from my little andesite miner really slowed down the process, but I do have a way of making copper sheets, which we need for something that we're going to be talking about later, but either way, I've been working on that, and I also learned about something that I didn't really understand. So, last time I was talking about using sand soil to create myself an ancient debris grinder. Well, that's technically not how it works. I had thought that it was using water and lava on top of, soul soil in order to create yourself, all of the basalt generation. Well, that's not completely true. That's the wrong one. That's the andesite one. As you can see, it still requires that soul soil, but instead of water, it needs blue ice. Then it'll start doing the whole basalt regeneration. So you just set this thing up. It'll, grind out all the random basalt stuff. It's kind of harder to do because you need... Sorry, I'm just being disgusting again. You need, that hopper beneath it, and things don't really tend to be absorbed into the bottom. But the nice thing is that ancient debris does not burn in lava. So, therefore, if it does fall into the lava, it'll usually end up into the bottom of this thing. You'll know when, a ancient debris spawns because it goes so much slower when you're spawning it. Like, when you're trying to mine it with the mining laser, it's pretty much as slow as obsidian. So, you'll know when it shows up, and it's only showed up once. Again, it's a 1% spawn for this thing, but, have technically infinite, ancient debris is pretty helpful. So, it's a good little thing that I've made, but it's also kind of weird. So, I had to make myself blue packed ice. I've never really made this stuff before. And technically, there's no way to make it in the normal version of Minecraft. The way that I went about making it was using a new machine that I made over here called the atomizer. The atomizer just takes in, buckets of water. If I could get, a random bucket out real quick. Thanks for throwing all the buckets on the ground, stupid. Anyway, you take a bucket of water and you shove it in the atomizer. The atomizer will just use power and turn, millibuckets of water into little vials of water. So, using all that, I'm going to go ahead and have the chemical combiner create ice, and then ice can be packed into packed ice, and then packed ice can be packed into blue ice. So you just need, a bunch of regular ice in order to create packed ice to then create blue ice. It's really annoying, but I don't really need another one ever again, so yeah, you just go ahead and throw water in there, and it creates ice for me. So that's how I made myself my blue ice. Other than that, I really haven't been working much off screen. Just trying to mine up some things I'm going to require to keep going further in Mechanism, and working on Create and all that stuff. So, yeah, working on a lot of stuff right there. But I wanted to go ahead and make some cool things. So, the things that I need right now, in order to make that garden cloche we were talking about, I'm going to need some crud. So, let's go ahead and mount some crud in. So, I need... Where did all those other items I had go? There we go. Okay, so I need a copper. I need iron. I need aluminum, which you can only get aluminum from, bauxite. You need to find the ore that's called bauxite, and it'll become aluminum. It's like the old Pixelmon aluminum thing. You got to find bauxite, not aluminum, because bauxite turns into the aluminum. I guess I don't know anything about the chemical combination of bauxite and aluminum. I don't really get it. I'm not a geologist, but something about that does something. So then I need lapis, and then I need a bunch of paper. The paper's all the way over there, so we need to go over there anyway. Either way, I also need, let's see, to make myself that garden cloche, which we really need a cloche. We're gonna need iron mechanism, which requires iron plates and copper, which is actually really easy to make. It's actually even easier if I make it this way. Engineer's blueprint. So this is the thing I'm trying to make right here, Engineer's blueprint, but it can make a bunch of different things I didn't even know about, so that's kind of cool. In order to make this thing, I'm going to need a piece of glass, I'm going to need nickel plate, a copper wire, and another thing. So, nickel plate can just be made by using nickel and our engineer's hammer. So we've got nickel in here somewhere, I know. I just got to go ahead and pull it out somewhere. Also, classic Minecraft music playing. Gotta love it. I don't know why, but it hits you right in the feels. Anyway, place andesite in there. I needed just one, what's it called, nickel plating in order to get this thing done. Because we only need one vacuum tube right now. I'm not sure if the vacuum tube gets used for anything else. Okay, maybe it does get used for other things. Like a logic unit, a light bulb, amplifier, electron tubes, and floodlight. Am I, like, trying to find Lupin the Third? What the hell am I doing with a floodlight? Either way, go ahead. Turn that down. Turn that down in the nickel plating. Then I need a copper wire, which requires engineer's cutters. Which means I need wood. Or sticks. I think I have a bunch of wood in here. Because I needed it for, like, doing all the create stuff, which I did. So then I need to get this to turn into engineer's cutting wires. And if you've seen my Let's Play of the Ben 10 series and know about, what's it called? Like Lilcraft, a lot of things use the same kind of idea. So I'll make one copper wire. Then I think I should have everything. Then I just need a redstone dust, which, you know, we have way too much of, so it works out in the end. Either way, we're going to make, well, our garden cloche we've been talking about last episode, because that'll help me grow so many more plants so much faster. Therefore, I can, 1, create new parts to the Tardis, and 2, help rebuild other parts, since over time our parts are going to go ahead and start, like, you know, eating away at each other, so we need to rebuild the parts whenever they start breaking. So, yeah, I'm going to need more exotronic circuits for that, so this will help me make a lot more of them, at least theoretically. I don't know how you charge a garden cloche, but it's going to be something. Either way, this is the engineer's table right here. To make this thing, you need, like, treated wood planks. You also need treated fences, iron, and then that old, what's it called, engineering workbench we got from, like, the village when we first, like, ran over there to get a bell. You need all that, and you need the treated wood, and to make treated wood planks, you need, like, treated wood, like, slabs. And you also need treated wood fences, which means making treated wood, whatever the fucks, what are they called? Sticks. It was just all about that creosote oil, so really annoying. I needed a couple bucks of that. Yes, a couple buckets of it, so interesting little thing to make, but we finally have that engineering table, which means I can go ahead and make some cool stuff. I don't know why I'm feeling so sick right now. Down with the sickness, down with the thickness. No, it's me. I'm down with the thickness, man. All right, so this, like this, like this. Oh, okay. It's just switch them around? Wait, what? I'm like, wait, what? Oh, I need blue dye. Lupus! You've got a lot of lupus right there, Lupin. Lupin the Third, you may even say. Anyway, I forgot. Lapis lazuli needs to be turned into blue dye for it to actually start working. I've just been sitting here trying to shove ore together with ore to make paper. Okay, now using the engineer's blueprints, I can take it over here, place the blueprints in here, and I can make it, you know, ask for other things. So, what we want is the, what's it called? Vacuum tube. So, it's gonna need, wait, what does it need? Any kind of stained glass, or I think it's just regular glass. It doesn't require a very specific version. And I think I have glass in here somewhere, right? There you go, just some regular-ass glass. So using all that, we should be able to make our vacuum tube. I think it only makes 1, though, which sucks, but whatever. Oh, it actually makes 3. Okay, that's pretty badass. So, therefore, I can work it like that. But if I want to make myself my iron mechanical components that I'm going to need, I need to run back to the create room, because I need 1 more iron sheet. Because it just requires iron sheets and, what's it called? 1 piece of copper in order to create the, mechanical component that I require. Sorry if it sounds like I'm tired. I streamed earlier, so therefore, I'm somewhat tired, but, you know, I got the energy to run me some Doctor Who. Doctor Who! That's me. I'm him. I'm literally him. Alright, so having to go back to the basic, like, create, like, super slow water wheel pushing. It's just not been befitting of a true engineer. Anyway, now I can go ahead, and there's a way to make it in a crafting book, like in a crafting table. As we already saw, it's cheaper to make it inside of the engineering workbench. So I'm going to save some time on some materials, since I can't get copper all that easily versus, you know, iron that I can get, like, well, a shit ton of because of the cobblestone generator. And at some point, I am going to be able to get a lot of copper. I'm just Dumb and don't want to. Anyway, let's make ourselves steel component. That's different. So, using that, we should be able to make ourselves this thing. So we just need treated planks, which I think I have a couple extra that I treated in here. Or maybe I don't. Well, if I don't, that means I can go ahead and show you how to treat wood planks, because I have that, like, big old junk of creosote. So then, turn this, we have ourselves treated wood planks. It gets rid of the creosote, but we treated them. So now I just need... Where's sand? Sand. There it is. I need one piece of glass. So, oh, shit, I had a bunch of bricks in here I didn't even know about. Well, that'll be useful for our next, what's it called? Multi-block structure. How to say words. A tutorial not by me. Don't listen to me. Anyway, now I can use all this glass and treated wood planks and then a vacuum tube and finally an iron mechanism. We got ourselves a garden cloche. This thing's kind of interesting as things will get placed into it and then it'll like power itself. So what we need first is like, I don't even know how to work. I'll tell you the truth. I don't know how to work it. I'll figure it out. By golly, I'll figure it out. So to use a garden cloche, you're going to need some dirt, some kind of plant to grow inside of it. What would be best? You can make wheat, make hemp. Potatoes would probably be the best idea because we can like burn those. We can burn those down into circuit paste. I wish we could make like, what's it called? Grass, but that's not something we can make. I just need anything that can be melted down into this shit. And potatoes, I think potatoes can be used to make circuit paste, if I know correctly. Yep, the Olympic can make use of it. So this should allow me to make a bunch of potatoes a lot faster. Problem is I need to go back and get those potatoes, but I think I need to move this thing over there anyway so I can get it all started up. But it just needs dirt, which we have, you know, dirt somewhere. We have dirt all over the place. I'm going to go ahead and place some crud in here because I don't really need it right now, but go ahead and place dirt in there, and then it just takes its like thing on top. So I'll go ahead, move this over, and see if I can get it some energy. And then I think it needs water from somewhere, so it needs to pipe water into the thing, along with the dirt and a form of energy to, like, you know, make it. It's like a little, I don't know what a cloche is in real life, but I'm going to take a guess it's like a greenhouse, like a miniaturized greenhouse. It's going to make us a ton of potatoes. At least I theorize it'll make us a bunch of potatoes, I hope. You know, it seems like something somebody in space would have to do to create some potatoes. You got to go space farming. You space varmints. All right. Now, let me see if I can figure out how to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this hopper and this atomizer. Both of them are useless because I already have my packed ice that I needed, so it literally has no more uses. It just makes water. It's not all that cool. Anyway, well, let me go ahead and see. Is this getting power? Fertilizer amount. I don't actually think it needs water, or it needs power. I don't understand this thing yet. Let me give it a try. Okay. So I take my dirt, I take my potato. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. How does this thing work? How does one use the cloche? Huh. Question is, how does it even work? Do we need to hook it up to a certain part of power? Or maybe one of these exits needs like a certain way of doing it? It's not being piped in at all. It takes IF, not FE. I wonder if we need a different sort of power generation? Let me go ahead and see. Immersive Engineering. Nope. Immersive Espanol, which is a great mod. I don't know what that could be, but it'd be something interesting. Anyway, how does one set up a cloche? There's a YouTube video about it, but it's got ads. That's why you're watching an ad right now. Hopefully you watched an ad right there when I screamed right now, just because it would be funny, but knowing my luck, yeah, that probably didn't happen. Though it would be funny. It would be really funny if you caught that on camera. Oh, well. Let's go ahead and see how I make a cloche. Got this really cool intro with Naruto's and stuff like that. The fuck did he make beforehand? What in the hell? What? I'm so confused. So there's a different item I need? Huh? I really don't understand what's going on. So a chest gets placed in front of it. So it needs energy and water. I think the energy actually comes from the top. If it's got enough space. Let me go ahead and get some piping. If I have any. Yep, I have some basic universal cables. Go ahead and... There we go. Okay. Now it's generating power for itself. And I have a nice way to get back into my heat generator. Very good. Okay, so now this thing is getting energy. We just need to pipe water into it. Thing is, how do you pipe water? What is this piping crud? Let me unmute it. You guys can hear it with me.
Garden cloche from Immersive Engineering. If we place this one down, you'll notice on the backside.
Also, credit to MC Mentor on YouTube for this.
Have the black hole here. That is where we send our water into. On the sides is where you control it with redstone if you choose to do so. I leave them open because I'm going to place a bunch of these next to each other anyways.
Okay, so you have to like pipe water in. How does one do that? I'm like, how do you even do that? Well, I think one thing I should do first is go ahead and place this off to the side. And this thing seems like it's going to be a hell of a little thing that I need to create for it. So I think just a little bit over to the side would be a better place to place this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up a bit better. Doink. There we go. Now it gets its energy. Okay. So it needs water piped in from the back, which means you need like a infinite water source of some kind, I guess, behind it. But I don't understand what this item is up here. There's like a pump that it needs. Of course, we need to make fluid pipes, which require 6 iron plating. So therefore, I think I can do that just with my engineering's thingy right here, so I don't have to run all the way there. That's way better than making the stuff from Create, but you get fluid pipes, and then you hook the fluid pipes into the thing, and then you need to get water from somewhere. I'm like, you need to do something with this thing. Huh. Wait, what was that? Fluid pump. Huh, that looks like it would be something that we should get. That seems like you would pump the energy out of there. It looks like something that you would want to make. Okay. I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't have any ideas so far, but, you know, that seems like something you'd want to make, so therefore, I'm gonna go ahead and make it. What the fuck did I just drop out of my inventory? Oh, it's a bunch of potatoes. Bunch of fucking potatoes. Anyway, I'll plop this in here for now. You go ahead and do that. I'm guessing it needs energy and needs water piped directly into it, so using the piping, I wonder if that's the fluid pump. I think it needs a form of energy, but we can technically pump the energy from the heat generator if I have enough piping. So, therefore, I have an idea. I have an idea. Let's keep listening to the video.
On the sides is where you
Yeah, it just, from what I see over here, at least from the video I'm watching right now, it seems like you need, like, two water sources right next to this pump, and the water just gets pumped right out of it. So, therefore, need to go ahead and turn those into plates. This is a much better way of going for plates. Oh, boy. It was... Ah, boy. Sorry, Create. You got out-created. You're not creative enough. Okay, so using all of that, I guess I'm going to need more, like, 1, 2, 3. So using it all like this, I should be able to make that pump. So, doink, doink, doink. Then like that, and then finally fluid pipes. There we go, we got ourselves a water pump. Let's see, under pressure. Okay, cool achievement name, I guess. I'm going to need 2 things of water, and I'm going to need myself some cobbled deep slate because that's the thing I like to build out of in here. There's no real reason to have this all like that. I can go ahead and break these off. Not useful. Anyway, it's going to be a little bit of a weird thing, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to set this up correctly, but we're creating a masterpiece right here, or a fucking a monstrosity, but, you know, there's a fine line between monstrosity and genius. And, you know, I always ride that line. I think I'm more on the fucking idiot side, but, you know, I ride the line. I ride the lightning, even. All right, let's go ahead and see. So, I'm going to walk under here. I think I need a pump. And then it just takes piping right out of it? Where is... There it is. Okay, so pipe that. I don't have enough basic universal cable for that. So I'm going to use my steel ingots to go ahead and make myself some more universal cabling. I need doink, doink, and finally like that. Okay, so with all this, let's go ahead and see if I can power up the pump. There we go. Okay, this is getting power. It's powering a pump that doesn't exist currently, but if I place water bucket right next to it, is it pumping water in? It's not seemingly doing anything. It could be because it needs like an extra bit of room, and this tungsten plating is taking up some room from it. So sad to mess up the Tardis's, you know, whole thing, but I can fix it later. So, is this getting water pumped in? Let's go back to the video. Maybe I'm not completely understanding.
Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going over the garden cloche from Immersive Engineering. If we place this one down, you'll notice on the back side we have the black hole here. That is where we send our water into. On the sides is where you control it with redstone if you choose to do so. I leave them open because I'm going to place a bunch of these next to each other anyways. So finally we come up to the top, and that's going to give us our power. You can power it from the side.
My problem is, why is it not pumping? I don't get it. Why? So I need to figure out how to use a pump. Okay. Pump. How to pump. Okay, from the same guy. And for some reason, we got an ad about the U.S. Air Force. So very important that the Air Force decides to do some Doctor Who modding. It's very important, very important. Anyway, go back to their really loud intro. Please shut up.
Hey, Minecraft Mentor here, and today we're going to be going over the fluid pump from Immersive Engineering. And
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited.
In the world, you're going to want to do it just above your water source. So we're going to break out these.
Oh.
This one does take a redstone signal to work. So if you're powering this thing,
okay, that makes a bit more sense. It takes a redstone signal, and the water has to be above it. So, okay. Let me go ahead and fix this up. So, water needs to be above it, which means I'm going to have to go ahead, pick this thing up, and it's going to need a little bit more fluid piping, but less universal cables. So, from here, there we go. And then I'm going to need more fluid piping, but that's fine, just as long as it works. So, from here, I need, I don't know, some clobbled? Yes, clobbled. Actually, I don't think I actually need anything else right here. It should be enough to make me a fake, not universal. Oh my god, why am I getting pushed into this thing so badly? Jesus. Okay. So, then it just requires a leadstone, yes, my redstone signal. Does that make a lever? How the hell do you make a lever? I always forget. It's like such a basic thing to make, but at the same time, you never tend to make them if you don't mess with redstone, which I don't. I really don't mess with redstone, so therefore I'm like, I don't know how it works, man. Don't ask me, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go, a lever. And then, do you just hook the lever into here? Are you getting it? I'm confused. I'm confused.
We're going to break out these, create an infinite water source below it. This one does take a redstone signal to work, so if you're powering this thing and you're like, man, it's not working, it needs redstone power. So we power it through forge energy right at the top, and when we click on our switch, it'll start working. But we also need to configure this thing. So if you can see, it has no outputs or inputs, and it actually picks up water from down below. So if we come here, you can see it says input, and you can change that with the hammer. So if we want it to input from the sides or output, you just give it a couple clicks. We want it to output from here, which is orange, and also we want to turn it on. And then to output the liquid from this, we're just going to connect.
There we go. Okay. It was kind of weird because it showed in the video, if you use your engineer's hammer by facing the pump, it'll bring up like a little UI, and you need to change it into fluid output on the facing side. And therefore, now it's actually putting things in. So it's got itself growing fertilizer. It's got energy. Both sides have energy. So this thing should work now. Should probably go back to that other tutorial and see if we can figure out how this thing works in the end, but it should start growing stuff, right? Does it need regular dirt? I don't really have a way to make regular dirt, do I? You can make meadow grass dirt. You can make grass. What if I just need regular dirt? I am quite confused. I am quite not all over the place. Let me see. What is required? I guess you need real dirt. Or does that count? It looks like it has to be regular dirt. That's what I'm... At least that's what I'm seeing. But let me turn up the volume again.
So finally we come up to the top. And that's going to give us our power. You can power it from the sides like this also.
Might want to close that up.
You just want to leave those open. Next, if you want to export items automatically, it's not the bottom right here. It's actually the top area. If you notice, you've got this orange square, which for most...
Oh, there we go. It really did require regular dirt. So now this should go ahead and make us potatoes, right? It's like growing potatoes. How much energy are you making? You're making quite a bit. So plug my mining gadget in and get some out of it. So is this working? I'm like, how is this growing? Oh, it looks like it's growing. Probably just need an AFK right next to it. So I guess we got the garden cloche all figured out. That's pretty nice. Another thing I wanted to work on was making the next, what's it called? Massive block thing. The multi-block structure like the coke oven. We need to make something called a blast furnace next, which requires that we go back to the nether. We need to go ahead and get ourselves some magma blocks. And nether, you know, it's got a bigger chance at getting us magma blocks, so therefore we need to go ahead and throw the Tardis into overdrive and get us the hell back there. So we should have a waypoint locked inside of the Tardis's main computer. Let's see, waypoint screen. Select the nether fort. We're off. Go ahead and throw the throttle. And that should speed up the journey. It actually doesn't take that much Artron units to go ahead and throw us over, but we need a couple of magma blocks. Because in order to make a blast furnace, you're going to need blast brick, which requires brick, nether brick, and, what is it called? Magma blocks. So all those together should be able to make quite a bit. And we already have, like, a bunch of brick, so all we need are the other things to go ahead and get this thing all figured out. Alright, let's see. Are we almost there? Is this throwable? No, it's not throwable. I don't have the mod that makes bricks throwable. So sad. I wanted to throw bricks at my enemies. Throw bricks at their shits. Brown bricks and suck ass. A cutting board can go ahead and cut down this. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we should be back in the nether. Hell yeah. Well, I haven't missed it, but we haven't been gone from this place for so long. I guess I need to grab my... Oh my god! I should have thought... I should have saw that coming. I was just being stupid. Being real big stupid. Okay, why am I even using my, thing? Just mining laser the crud out of it. This is what the mining laser is meant for, to go ahead and make mining, like, extremely easy. And just bring out an entire wall because you're angry. Bring out the entire wall because we can cut it all down and make a shit ton of bricks out of it. Let's see, a good stack of these would probably be helpful. Let's see. Just go ahead and wipe it out real quick, I guess. Okay, good stack. Oh my god, stop hitting me. Oh my god, stop hitting the very nice man who's trying to break your house. Okay, so now we need to get to magma blocks, which I don't know where those spawn normally. How do I... Oh, this is the way back up to the Tardis. I was like, what? Okay. Magma blocks. Oh my god, okay. I'm like, oh my god, everybody's trying to kill me. I do have another idea. Magma blocks are somewhat common in the ocean. If I can find an ocean crevice. I'm just looking around. I know there's a bunch that's like right next to my base. So I did set a waypoint for the old house. Let me see. Old house. God damn it. Alright, I'm going to set it to the old base. Go ahead and throw the throttle. And that's the nice thing about this waypoint bank. This waypoint bank back here, it just allows me to keep multiple places in here. So I can know where, you know, these two things always are. At least I have these all stationed up so I can always return back to the original base, or if I need to, you know, go back to my one nether place. But now I think using these nether bricks, I can go ahead and... It's just right-click. Okay. You can't do this. It has to be done one by one like a fucking idiot. Oh, boy. This is fun. So much fun. Let's see, how many bricks do I got? I only have 34 of them, so... This better make enough. We landed. Come on, throw the throttle a bit faster. Make us go faster. Come on, I don't care if we're wasting Archtron. We have a YouTube video to record. We had to go faster. We can't be sitting around doing absolutely nothing. And in fact, we probably could, but still, you can make another brick chest. That's actually kind of a cool item. Never known that existed. Let's see, it uses zinc oxide. Gold is in these. Phosphorus, sulfur, germanium. Never heard of that one. And silicon. Interdasting. I'm like, very interdasting. Oh, boy. And the reason I'm making this blast furnace is because blast furnaces can be made to use a lot of crud. Because if we go ahead... if we use nether brick, that can create a thing. Let me see. Don't worry, I'll show it off once we start getting to it. Either way, we should be back at base. So let's see. Yep, back on our surface. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and run back into our house. I still don't think there's anything in here that I need to grab. Nope, not really. Other than, I guess, treated sticks that I got way back when we went to that village. Might be a good idea to go ahead and go over to that village and place down a waypoint, because as I was told by a commenter, there was actually a villager in there that could have gotten me like a bunch of what's it called? Or the way to get to a Tardis much easier than I did figure out. They can actually give you like a star map to it, and that I probably should have used, but I didn't even know that was a thing. Anyway, good magma blocks right here. Magma blocks in Minecraft. I just can't stop myself from loving brown bricks in oh my god, Minecraft. Let's see, come on, let me get to the magma blocks. I'm gonna need a lot of them. Like, we need a lot of sandstones. We're gonna need ourselves a lot of this. Thank God I'm a fucking fish. Thank God I'm a fish. I'm a sexy little fish. I don't know why I needed to communicate that I was sexy, but you know. Just thought I'd, you know, remind you I'm a sexy little fish. What kind of fish? I don't know. I'm a Will Smith fish. You're a fucking Will Smith fish. He's clearly a turkey. Okay. I can agree with this information. Oh, shit. There's osmium. My favorite. Okay. The reason it's my favorite is because it's so rare, at least to me, because I don't find it all that commonly. Also, I should probably grab up these Zion crystals. Who needs water aspect or anything like that, or water affinity, when you can just go ahead and mine everything so fast that the game doesn't even understand what you're doing? Let's see. Get on top of these and refuel my air. There we go. There we go. 20 should probably be good enough. We should be fine. Alright. Good use of a little mining trip. Just go ahead and throw this crud in there. I like mining in hell. I mean, it's useful. Here's this big old cave we used to mine in. Or we never really mined in there at all because I was too scared of it, but in all actuality, it never had any weeping angels in it. Besides, I no longer have a fear of those fuckers. Should probably make a timey-wimey machine, though, so it makes things go ding. Just in case. And then again, I have the Statenheim remote. So if I get sent off to another dimension, the TARDIS is coming with me. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Wait, you're facing weirdly. Oh, there you are. Okay. I was like, where's the open door in this thing? I need to turn it back into the regular, like, fucking police box, or else I'm gonna forget where the opening point is. Exterior. Change that to the police box so I can use it normally. Okay, so from here, we can go ahead. Make ourselves quite a bit of crud. I guess it lets me make 8 of these. So 8 times 3. Wait, is that not how you make it? Oh, I just fucked up the positioning. Don't worry. There we go. So we need 27 of these. We only have 20. Ah, fuck. We have pretty much everything else. We just need a bit more clay. Where did I put excess clay in here? Yes, I did. So, oh, there were 2 bricks just waiting around in here. 2 bricks in my crafting in my chest. Well, that didn't work out. That rhyme didn't work out. Anyway, go ahead and get all these blast bricks. So now we can go ahead and make something cool. Let's go ahead and make ourselves that giant blast furnace. So we can make something cool. And this will allow us to make steel way easier than it is to make steel in Mechanism, because Mechanism steel is so horribly annoying to make that I just hate it. So finding a way to make it easier is good in my book. So, I'm just going to place it over here. I think all you need is the kind of 9x9 setup again. So build it all like this. Doink, doink, doink. Now I right-click this, and there we go. Really hot topics. Now I have myself crude blast furnace. So I think using coke coal and other crud. Let me go ahead and place some shit back in here because I don't really need it. I do not require it. See, so using coke coal and iron, if I put in 1 coke coal and 1 iron, I should be able to make myself a set of steel, right? Because you can see right here, it can make yourself steel and also some slag. So steel ingot, that helps me do all the mechanism stuff. So I don't need to worry about like the whole like metallurgically infusing enriched iron with coal in order to make steel. I just need to burn a shit ton of this stuff inside the blast furnace. So nice thing right there. The problem is that these multi-block structures, they have a chance of blowing up. Like if you let the creosote oil build up in a coke oven, this thing can just go blow up parts of the TARDIS. And then I don't think this thing can explode, but it can get really hot. So I knew that there's a way to hurt yourself near it. I just don't remember. And don't ask me why I know that, I guess. I've just been hurting myself next to a lot of blast furnaces, I guess. So using this, you need a lot of coke. You need a lot of cocaine, I tell you. There you go. So now you can make yourself slag and iron steel ingots, which is what we're looking for to make a bunch of really cool stuff without having to worry about having to go through the whole process of enriching, the upgrade. We're getting an upgrade. So yeah, immersive engineering, pretty cool. Also, can I use slag for something? I can make slag brick. I can make concrete. Crush it down to sand. I can mix it and create liquid concrete. I guess it's just used for concrete. This probably has a worth somewhere, but I'm just not completely, knowledgeable about it. But I guess as overtime goes, we're making ourselves quite a lot of, what's it called? Steel. But I think to wrap up this video, because we are getting to the end of it, I feel like this body has gone on too far. It's lasted quite some time, this old body of mine, but I think it's about time that we go ahead and give it an exchange. So, I want to go ahead and make the one room we haven't made yet, which is the 0th room. So, I need myself the Ars tablet, which I don't actually know where I placed the Ars tablet now. Oh, there it is, right in here. I knew it was on me. I always keep that thing on me, just in case I need to make myself a new room. But yes, I feel like this old body of mine, even though it's only been a couple of episodes, deserves a little bit of rest. I think a change is in order. So let me make sure that I'm all prepared for this. I don't really know why I'm deciding this. I just knew that at some point I needed to change my body because I've been the second doctor for too long. I think it's finally time for another doctor to take his place. So let's see. Go ahead. Set this to the 0th room. There we go. I don't know if I've shown this off before, if I have another one some in here, but this is the 0th room. So, if I use all this, I should be able to safely do something that we've all been waiting for. This old body of mine's wearing a bit thin. Punch a block to delay your regeneration. No. We accept our regeneration! Change, my dear, and not a moment too soon. I want to take a screenshot of that. I just knew at some point I needed to regenerate again. Now I've got a new ability. What? Oh. This is pretty cool. So, smells like roses. Use 0-room roundels to negate negative regeneration effects. If you regenerate, like forcefully regenerate inside of the 0 room, you get none of the downsides of regenerating without it. So, it kind of makes sense because, you know, the second Doctor regenerated into the third Doctor after being forced by the Time Lords. And I felt I was done being super swimmer. It was great, but I think it was about time to become the magician. So, I am now currently the third Frozen Breeze. So that means another regeneration gone. Photosynthesize. The sun energizes you. Cool. Either way, I'm probably going to end this episode here. I wanted to regenerate sometime soon because I wanted to switch off to the next doctor. So next time, also, there's a little bit of a problem with my skin. He's just a little, you know, his clothes have been outgrowing him. Don't worry about it. Either way, next time on the Doctor Who Survival series, hopefully we'll be getting up some cool stuff. And before I end this episode, I want to thank all of my YouTube members, including the Disciples of Epsilon, Valric, Amber, and Phoenix. Without you all, this channel wouldn't stay afloat. So thank you for all your support, and I'll see you guys next time!